Being safe and well in our relationships is something, fortunately, many people can take for granted. Most couples experience strains and tensions, but sort them out without harm, whether that involves staying together or separating. When couples separate or divorce, most people move on to a better way of being, where adults get on with their lives and children can get on with being children. For some, separating or wanting to separate are situations that carry extra risks.
I see the doors as providing the practitioner with something like a weather map that helps them to see what the prevailing conditions of risk are in a family at any one time. Now, those conditions aren't static, they're dynamic. They move, they shift. The doors helps you to understand whether what you're seeing is normal precipitation, that's going to blow over. The vast majority of cases, that will be true. For a minority, but a very important minority, that's not true. There is a storm front brewing. It needs to be understood. Clients can't just be told to carry a raincoat. We have to engage with these clients when there are serious risks brewing to, in effect, say, you need some shelter. We need to work together toward that. Some clients will need to be told, evacuate.
The Doors framework works on the principle that major harm can be averted by noticing small but connected risks in the overall patterns on family and individual stress.
The Doors program resonates with me because it fits in quite well with the basic theme of the violence review that I did. The basic theme was that family violence needs to be disclosed and understood, and then we need to take appropriate responses. Where I use the word disclosed, Doors has a system of interviewing people and getting a self-perception, and then where I say the second stage is understanding, there's a lot in Doors about helping professionals identify not only whether there's violence, but also whether there are other risks and what those risks are and how to respond to them. And I understand that in the third part of Doors, there's quite a lot of literature and expertise that's relevant to the subject. We certainly need a kind of screening program that will help us identify risks of various kind and respond to them in a way that's practical and sensible and compassionate and wise.
Unfortunately, research has shown clearly how easy it can be for practitioners to miss risks by either not asking about the right things or not inquiring in the most effective way.
I actually think that this is one of those points on which not only clinical judgment suggests that you should do standardized screening, but that the data really supports it in multiple areas: the marital and family therapy area, the medical area, and so far the mediation family law area, that no matter how sensitive you think you are to this, no matter how good a clinician or lawyer you are who pays attention to these things, if you don't ask, you may not find it.
Completing the Doors is easy. The automated software can be used, or a pen and paper version is available. An online version will be added to the Doors resources soon. The Doors framework has 3 levels. Door 1 is a 10-domain questionnaire completed by the client. Door 2 is an automated report which guides the practitioner in evaluating any risks identified in Door 1 and planning an effective response. Door 3 supports specialised follow-up by practitioners, including resources for collaboration across disciplines. The Doors, while simple to use, is a sophisticated response to complex client situations.
I am a fan of the Doors. It's become an extremely useful tool in our work across post-separation services and family law services. I think for the client it's been extremely helpful in not having to repeat information as they move between services. Increasingly our model is complex and our clients are complex, and in many cases they'll access more than one post-separation service. So for instance, when a client comes into the Children's Contact Service and completes Doors, With the client's permission, we'll transit that information into a counselling process or a mediation process. We'll probably review our assessment, but it does mean that that information can travel with the client. I think the clients themselves are appreciating the tool, and I think practitioners will find, once they've given it a chance and seen it over many cases, they'll start to realise that the consistency of response we're able to give the clients and the thoroughness of the response is of a far higher standard than with individualised screening tools or simple conversation. I think it's a very flexible tool. I think that as much as the questions are research-based and the way in which the domains work is quite structured, our experience is that we have many practitioners who work with clients of different levels of literacy, in different levels of distress, some who may have mental health concerns or be highly anxious, and that we've been able to use it in a way that works for the client. So the tool is not dictating how we engage with the client, but it is allowing us to give the client the best service we possibly can.
For the latest news about training and DAWS developments, please register at the Family Law DAWS website on www.familylawdaws.com.au.